My name is Taylor.
Taylor.
Mhm.
And what year are you?
I'm a senior.
And what are you working on this piece for? How long have you been working on it? What are you planning to do with it?
This is for my senior recital in about 2 weeks on the 28th. Be there, be square. It's mainly for the ballad of my recital, and then I've been working on it for, let's see, maybe a month.
Okay. What are your other pieces?
Scaramouche by Milad, the Lundy Sonata, and then the Bach Concerto.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful piece. I have a couple questions for you and a couple thoughts for you.
Okay.
First, can you tell us how your reed feels today, or what kind of reed are you using?
So I actually rotated my reeds today, so I played on this. This is the second time today.
Okay.
But it's blue box. What's the
Just blue dog.
Yeah. Okay.
It's reed?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you try to re-wet it, and do you know the trick about how to slightly adjust the hardness of a reed on a mouthpiece?
Not really.
Okay, so you, and if you all don't know this is a really, really good trick to know, is that, you know, you have some things you don't have control over with a reed, right? Like how it's cut or what the strength is, unless you're adjusting and things like that. But the way that you put it on the mouthpiece can actually change quite a bit of how it functions for you. So if you want your reed to be a little softer, you move it down the tip and move your ligature up. It's going to give you a shorter vibrating surface, and if you think about where your lip ends up on the reed, it's going to end up at a little bit of a thinner part of the reed. That's going to make it feel a little softer for you. Your reed, I feel like you could have a little bit more strength to work against, so I would go the opposite for you. I would go up a little higher, right? Like we all learn how to put a reed on and how to line it up at the top, but you can adjust it a little bit. So push it up a little more than you normally would, and push your ligature down a little more than you normally would. And that should make it feel slightly harder. And maybe it's just drying out a little bit on you too. Because there's times where your tone is really gorgeous, and then there's times where I think you could use a little bit more depth in your sound. And so I think the reed is a place you can start with that. So see if that feels any different or how that feels to you.
It definitely feels slow to start.
Yeah, and so maybe you went up a little too far. I mean, you have to play with it a little bit. But if you have a reed you generally like, you just want to be a little stronger or a little weaker, this will work. Okay, cool. What do you find challenging about this piece?
I definitely say the in 22, 23. It's the going from side B flat to side G flat, and then I don't know, fingers.
Just the finger working of it. Yeah, and then there you have a little bit of a challenging part over here. Are you willing to try something a little off the wall for me?
Sure.
Okay. You know, like Dr. Bradfield, I have a background in yoga, and I like to, you know, think about how the body works and things. And something I noticed, something I think that's tricky about this piece is this kind of pattern at the beginning. You want the downbeats to feel most important, but they're also these high notes that we don't love. And I can almost see you going up. So have you ever played with your back against the wall? Has anyone ever made you do this?
Maybe once in a lesson, but
It's
that
a
was
cabinet in my
Yeah.
office.
Do you mind to try that in front of all of your best friends here?
fun.
Okay, so we'll go over here, and we'll take, you don't have to memorize, so we'll take your stand.
My posture's awful, so.
Well, so this will help that too then. So if you stand against the wall and then you, I want you to do this. Oh, you also get a little body workout, it's nice. Yeah, don't bang your wall against the concrete, your horn against the concrete. That's the only thing. So, okay, so now put your horn up in plank position.
You can put their next.
So basically, you can Do it a few times. Now the next one. Yeah, like it feels easy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, take a break for a second. Now, okay, so here's where I need your help.
Oh boy.
Because I know they'll be brutally honest, right? So she's gonna play it standing up, then she's gonna play it against the wall, and I wanna know if you hear any difference. Maybe there's a difference, maybe there's not. Be honest about it. Okay?
Just that or no?
Yeah, just that. Okay, but do it once more
Oh my
with confidence.
Okay.
Okay, now do it with me. No, you want me. So, what do you all hear? Or no, you can relax. Your pianist has a thought. What do you think?
I thought it was much deeper.
Yeah, right. What do you all think? Isn't that funny? Right, so I think that we all have certain things ingrained in us where like we're going up, we tense up. We actually want to do the opposite. So that's a really great way to do it. Another way, which I'll have you try this one too, since we're doing fun things today. And yeah, I squeak once. It doesn't matter. Like you have to experiment. When you start doing different things with your body, you know, it feels a little different for a minute. So it's fun. Yeah, do it again. Right, so you're like overdoing like the
Yeah.
finesse of that note isn't the same now, but can you now play it the way it's written, and you don't have to overdo it, but can you think down? Like is anybody in here a singer as well as being a saxophonist? Do you ever see singers where they go A, B, ah, right, and they like do this big hand motion down and things? It's the same thing as this. Like there are all these connections between vocal pedagogy and saxophone pedagogy, instrumental pedagogy. It's all the same bucket, and that's the same kind of thing. You are going up, you need to think more down. You know, blow your air more down.
Okay.
While you keep, where is your playing position usually? What's your default playing position?
It's supposed to be a he.
Okay, so, and then we'll put it back with your collaborator here for a second, but just do this, and you don't have to overdo the downward, but at least give a little bit. So get the same kind of weight you want on that note. So what I mean is like physically. Just don't go.
2 minutes.
Cool. Now, can we start right where she comes in? And I think the wall is a little more effective for you. Can we just see what it feels like to play from the beginning through the first ending? That's it. Against the wall. Yeah. I can count you off. 1, 2, 3, go. So you can go back and listen to some of these yourself and see what you think. But I would spend some time in the practice room like that. And for any of you who are working on like front key response or like arpeggios with front keys, that's a great way to work on that. Maybe we can just hit the ending. Let's go back over here. We'll travel back to your normal spot. I prefer to be a little closer to my pianist so that I can kind of see them. We can feel like we're get this eye contact. So maybe, and also I like having the wash of the piano right here. So I should come here. That was much better this time. I think you missed that G flat, but like your tone relaxes and is really quite beautiful when you get to the first ending. So I think you want to bring that, to these lines with the upper intervals. These ones I would practice. Can you just give me the outline? 762.
That was wrong, but that's okay.
All right, let's do just those 3 bars. Good. Now, is your tongue position where you want it to be?
No.
Okay, fix that. What do you hear between what she did before and when she remembers to put her tongue? What do you hear?
It sounds a lot fuller.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else feel that way? Dr. Anderson thinks that. Yeah, that is, so it's, maybe you need to get a sticky note and put it on your stand that says, key position, high tongue, or set an alarm on your phone to go off every 2 minutes, and when it goes off, you think, oh yeah, that's my reminder, I gotta get that tongue position up, because it's a habit, and you've gotta obviously learn to lower, and when you don't think about it, that's where you go with it, but when you think about it, it makes quite a big difference, and like I said, there's times where your tone is gorgeous, and you want that all the time. You have this recital in 2 weeks, and that's a change you can make in 2 weeks. And so I would say those are the things I would concentrate on this, and then also just having more fun with it. Moving more, being, working together and making sure you're passing lines. You have this beautiful line you pass to your pianist there, and so more interaction, like when you're playing sax quartet and you cue for each other and things like that. Do more of that in this unit. Okay. Yeah, great to hear you play.